Everyone knows the Moscow Metro is the most beautiful train system in the world. The chandeliers, the Soviet grandeur, the marble. After Red Square, it's probably the most popular tourist spot in the city. But the metro isn't just grand halls and epic ceilings. It's full of tiny little details, things that most tourists miss entirely and that even Muscovites walk past every day without noticing. Hi, my name's Johnny, I'm from England and I've been living here in Moscow for 8 years. And in this video, I want to take you to 8 different Moscow metro stations and show you 8 cool secrets of the metro system, hidden in plain sight if you know where to look. And of course, as you can see behind me today, we're starting at the most famous station of them all, certainly not a hidden secret. This is Komsomolskaya. Komsomolskaya is dramatic in every sense. It looks more like a ballroom or maybe even a palace than a metro station. But when you're here, I suggest you slow down. If you come to visit as a tourist, slow down and look up. And you'll notice that the ceiling here isn't just decoration, it actually tells a story. There are 8 mosaics here laid out in chronological order, showing scenes of Russian military glory. Alexander Nevsky, Peter the Great, the Napoleonic Wars, World War II. It's pure Stalinist grandeur. It's built to impress and overwhelm. It's propaganda, yeah, but propaganda at its most elegant. People know about the mosaics, but one thing they don't know about is that one of them originally featured Joseph Stalin at the 1941 parade. And that event was real. It was an event where Stalin gave a speech in Red Square, urging soldiers to draw inspiration from their historic ancestors, many of whom actually still exist on this ceiling. But after Stalin's death, he was airbrushed out of the mosaic and replaced by Lenin, who of course wasn't even alive in 1941, effectively shifting the scene to somewhere between 1917 and 1922. Another mosaic was also edited multiple times. It originally depicted the 1945 victory parade with Soviet soldiers marching through Red Square in front of Lenin's mausoleum. Stalin was there too, alongside Lavrenti Beria, Vyacheslav Molotov and Lazar Kaganovich. But as each one fell out of favor, they were removed until the entire mosaic was actually scrapped. So it's not here today. It was totally redesigned in the 1960s. And today, instead of showing that historical scene, it shows a maiden symbolizing Mother Russia, standing triumphantly on captured Nazi banners. In one hand, she holds a hammer and sickle, and in the other hand, a palm branch. The background is still Red Square, it's still Lenin's mausoleum, but the message has completely shifted away from that 1945 Stalinist propaganda. Did you know the Moscow Metro has a working canteen? At Arbatskaya station on the light blue line, you will find buffet number 11, the oldest still functioning buffet in the entire system. It was opened in 1968 and was originally meant to serve hot meals to metro staff and passengers. And yes, it's right there on the platform. You stand for a train to arrive and you suddenly spot a door, a counter, a warm smell of soup drifting out into the metro. And you can go. The menu offers simple Russian food, soups, sandwiches, pastries, tea, and it only sits 14-15 people, but it's still going strong. In recent years, it's had quite a bit of a refresh. So now it feels like a sort of mix between Stalin era nostalgia and 2020's Moscow. But the prices haven't caught up. A cappuccino will set you back around $1.50, which by Moscow standards these days is an absolute bargain. If you're in the Arbatskaya region, I highly recommend popping down to the buffet. Now let's go even older, and I mean millions of years older. If you look closely at the walls in many Moscow metro stations, you'll see fossils. And that's because the walls are lined with natural stone. Limestone, marble, travertine, and these were materials brought from quarries from Armenia, Georgia, the Urals, Crimea, even Italy. Places with ancient seabeds that are packed with prehistoric marine life, tiny shells, ammonites, coral imprints, little traces of life from hundreds of millions of years ago. And this video you see here is from Dobryninskaya, where you can find one of the best examples, a perfectly sliced Nautilus fossil near the exit from the platform to the city. And the shell is cut in two clean halves, so it reveals the full spiral inside. It's considered the finest fossil in the entire Moscow metro. Other stations with visible fossils include Arbatskaya, Kievskaya and Krasnoselskaya. And some are really obvious once you know what to look for: swirls, ridges, patterns in the marble, and others are hiding in plain sight. So next time you get the metro, have a look and see if you can find some fossils. Quick note, if you're enjoying this content, please consider becoming a paid member by clicking on the join button below. Because on YouTube, anything even slightly positive about Russia gets demonetized and buried by the algorithm. So your support is absolutely vital to keep this channel going. Plus, you'll get early access to all of my videos and exclusive content. Thanks a lot. Now, Ploschad Revolyutsii, Revolution Square, is probably the most photographed station in Moscow. Everyone knows about the bronze statues, and everyone knows the superstition about rubbing the dog's nose for good luck. But that's not the only one. Did you know that students rub the rooster held by one of the farmers before exams? It's meant to be good luck in school. Others touch the pistol, the book, or even the soldier's boot. And if you look closely, you can actually see exactly where people's hands go. Those spots shine bright from decades of polishing. It's almost like an unofficial museum of Moscow superstitions, hiding in plain sight underground. Next up is the Kievskaya Moscow metro station, and something that's become a bit of a modern meme. You see there's a mosaic here where a red army soldier appears to be talking into a mobile phone with what looks like a laptop or an iPad in front of him. And of course, that's not what it is. It's a field radio, and the laptop is probably just a notebook or a folded map. But the resemblance is uncanny, and of course the internet did what the internet does, and an image of that went viral as proof of Soviet time travel, and you still see people going there today to take photos of it. But even beyond that little joke, this station is an absolute gem. It was built as a kind of architectural homage to Ukraine, and you can feel that in every detail of the station. The floral motifs, the gold trim arches, the bright, optimistic mosaics. Kievskaya doesn't have the heaviness or the drama of a lot of other Soviet stations, and it's definitely well worth visiting. Next up is my personal favourite station, Mayakovskaya. For me, this station is really the most beautiful one on the entire network. It opened in 1938 and was considered futuristic even back then, with its stainless steel, sleek arches, clean lines, more like a spaceship than a subway. But the real magic is in the ceiling. If you look up, there are 34 mosaics set into oval skylights, almost like portholes, and each one shows a different scene from a utopian Soviet future. rocket launches, athletes, farmers, workers dreaming of space. It's a world of hope, of progress, of triumph. It's just slightly out of reach. It's like someone took the best parts of a Soviet science fiction novel and turned it into art. Now, most people who go to the station don't even notice them. They're too busy admiring the beauty and the symmetry of the station itself, and that's fair enough. It's very stunning. But if you take a moment to look up, it changes the whole atmosphere. And also, there's a bit of trivia here. During World War II, this station was used as a bomb shelter. Stalin actually gave a speech in that metro station in 1941, right in the middle of the platform. So you've got this wild contrast, really. Visions of utopia in the ceiling and a city under attack just a few meters above. Teatralnaya station, or theatre station, is one of them where visitors always stop to admire the decoration. It's right in the centre. But what many people don't realise here is that the reliefs aren't random. They're a set of 14 figures, 7 men and 7 women, each representing a different Soviet republic. They're dressed in their national costumes, playing instruments or dancing traditional dances. It includes Armenia, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine and Uzbekistan. In the 1940s and 50s, this was a way of turning architecture into propaganda. You weren't just riding a train, you were being reminded that the Soviet Union was a family, a brotherhood of nations, united in culture as well as politics. And it's one of the clearest examples of how even the smallest details on the underground were designed to tell a bigger story. It's not just transport. And we'll finish here with something completely different. This is Slavyansky Bulvar, which doesn't look like a Soviet station. It doesn't even look Russian, and that's because it was inspired by the Paris metro, specifically the Art Nouveau entrances you see at the front of Paris metro stations. You'll see curved street lamps, wrought iron railings, floral motifs, soft green lighting. It's delicate, elegant, almost whimsical. And the station was built in the 2000s, so it's actually one of the newer ones in the system. And unlike what most of the stops on this list, in fact, all of them, I think, apart from this one, it's not in the city centre, so most tourists never make it out that far. And if you do, well, it's absolutely worth having a look at the station. There's no marble propaganda or giant mosaics. It's just a clean, quiet nod to Western design tucked in a more modern Moscow neighbourhood. It's one of the most unique stations in the entire system, and a reminder that even now the Moscow metro is still evolving, and of course evolving far past the design of that station. And that's it. 8 stations, 8 tiny details that tell a much bigger story. The Moscow metro isn't just transport, it's history, art, politics, ambition, even a bit of mystery, all hidden in the walls, the floors and the ceilings. So next time you're down there, try slowing down, look up, look left, look right, look around. There's a good chance you'll spot something most people miss. And if you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy this one where I talk about Moscow's newest and most futuristic stations. And if you really like this video, please sign up as a paid member of my channel or send me a one-time donation on Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description of this video. And if you're Russian, you can subscribe on Boosty. Thanks.